enough of the introduction, and I got tons of yeah, I think this is like too far away. Maybe I'm going to put this camera here. Okay. Yeah, and I got tons of water, coffee here, so hopefully that's enough for today. I'd like to record a stream for yeah, approximately 1 or 2 hours, because I want to protect my throat and I got other project to develop. This is like a side project I'm doing, and sort of a social experiment I'm doing. So yeah. And let's just quickly check something. Okay, so because I don't want this to I don't want the string to actually break. I break the string. Okay, let me quickly check something. All right. Let me quickly check. And okay, let me post something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, folks, I'm back. So hopefully that should be enough. And yeah, let's start our build in public. Yeah, let's start our build in public. So first, I like to continue to push forward the grammar, and let me check. Last time we left at grammar okay, go 요대주도시. Yeah, yesterday we talked about 요대주도시, advanced words grammar. Yeah, this is like grammar, complete Japanese grammar. Yeah, this is section. Yeah, I want to first quickly finish the completed Japanese grammar section, and then continue. So that way, can hey, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is like behind the scene of my ultimate Japanese bootcamp, right? So yeah, I'm still in preparation stage. So yeah, so basically this is how I made my ultimate Japanese bootcamp. Yeah, if you search ultimate Japanese bootcamp on Google, I'm like ranking the first on Udemy, and yeah, and I'm trying to, I work as a programmer, so I'm also develop like VR games for my like immersive learning experience. So yeah, and the reason for I like actually doing this, because I want to use a concept in programming called building public. Okay, and so basically I got a camera here, and that's actually shooting, and this has got like the green screen, right? Hey, okay. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, how's it? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, so basically this is like a really tiny studio that I set up, and this is like the main camera here, and green screen at the back. So hi, Toxicity, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm like doing the brief introduction. So the camera here, and basically the main camera, and I got all sort of side camera to sort of streaming the process of how I make my ultimate Japanese bootcamp. If you search Google search Japanese bootcamp, the first one on Udemy is me, and I'm like actually recording this right now, and also I want to stream this of how I made this, so I can. Hi, Isabella. Hello. Welcome to the stream. So let's continue. So I want to quickly build a community and quickly get feedback. Whatever you folks want to learn, you can I would like do a recording session and look at the chats and chat with your folks, and then look at the recording and get instant feedback. So this is a concept because I work as a programmer, as I mentioned before. So I want to build this community, but also build this course, build this bootcamp in public, so I can get instant feedback and continue to make this better. So yeah, that's that's just a very brief introduction. So hopefully that's just the introduction, right? So yeah, so I'd like to continue our completely because in that bootcamp I got the I think I got the like a specific section for Japanese grammar, and I want to push forward. And I think this is also a very good topic to add while streaming because it's a little bit yeah, complex project concepts. So yeah, of course, while I'm like recording, I sort of calm myself out because I got like green screen behind me. So I sort of calm myself out, and I put that on my computer screen. So when you actually enter my Ultimate Japanese Bootcamp, you can actually see me floating above the computer and actually typing things. But since that bootcamp is paid bootcamp, so I would like a building public. So if you watch the stream, you're actually watching a premium content for free. Yeah. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. So yeah, hello. So let's continue. I want to quickly check last time where I left. Sorry, have to. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for support. Bye. Hi, bye, Sarah. Yeah, thanks for the support. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got a specific section called the called called Grammar Ninja, right? So basically, this is a completed Japanese grammar course, Bunbo Ninja. So last time we finished with ga, 誰が来ますか? Yeah. So yeah, let's continue. So 誰が来ますか? That's the yeah. Let's look at the recording. 誰が来ますか? So let's continue. Subject, subject marker. So nga marker, right? I might, yeah. So yeah, I know where we left off, so we can continue. So so let's quickly got my preparation out. Okay. Got. So 誰が this is like example sentence. I've done a lot of preparation, so yeah, I got tons of material to share with folks, but also I don't want to like overwhelm you folks with all sort of things. So hopefully yeah, hopefully that's yeah, yeah. I live or not? Things are pretty weird. Let me quickly. Okay, I'm not sure I'm actually live now. So yeah, hopefully I'm live. Okay, let me quickly click this thing. Let's quickly check something, all right? So because I got. Okay, I don't know whether I'm live or not because there is like no people come to the stream. That's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. So yeah, I'd like to quickly check this. I want to confirm this by go to the TikTok or yeah, sorry, I have to confirm something. I don't want all this like 2 hours stream like never got live, and that will be yeah. Sorry about the preparation. Yeah. So check. Yeah, it seems that I am live, but I'm not sure I'm actually live or not. Yeah, let me increase the volume. Not sure I'm actually live or not. Yeah, I'm alive. Definitely, I'm alive. So that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's that's good. So yeah, let's continue. So I think subject marker, right? 犬がいます。犬がいます。tricky question. Yeah. So yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, so I think I finished with all this preparation, so we can actually start recording. So let's got main camera actually running. The main camera is this way, so you might see me like look at this way, not look at you folks. Sorry. So yeah, so I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger, very bigger, like way bigger. Then I wanted to focus on my upper body. This is like an AI-enabled camera that can like focus me around and focus on like different parts. I love this. It's called OBS bot. That's you can like while you like. I love to like walk left and right. Since I got this green screen, so it's sort of tilted this way. Okay, so I love to move around. I love to walk and always focus on me and put me in at a specific range at the screen point. Love it. Yeah. So yeah, let me do a quick preparation and then we're going to start recording. All right. Okay. Yeah. Preparation is ready. All right. So I want to quickly doing a comparison. But don't worry, this is a very introduction level comparison. We are going to do so much more in-depth, nuanced comparison in the future. So just don't worry about it. Okay. So very quick comparison, just to get you folks warming up. So we talk about wa, right? Not something like this, not WA, but rather I personally prefer to HA, wa. Okay, I prefer to just to type this way because I don't want to like confuse you folks. Okay, so if you type HA, even though it's like ha, if you use that for the grammatical usage is wa, right? Like 私は何々です。Okay? 私は立派です。Right? I'm Rippa. 私は立派です。Yeah, this is like wa. So I will use H and A to type this out. Wa. And we talk about 私は, right? Like これは. Or we also talk about ga, right? I prefer to add a little bit nasal sound here. Like nga, like nga, something like that. I know it's too much, but I prefer to add this while I introduce it, so you gotta stick to your head, right? Always add a little bit nasal sound. Just I don't know whether it's correct expression. Just to fuzzle that a little bit. That's my personal experience. Just make fuzzle that a little bit. So you know what? If you like make it like a fuzzle it a little bit, it's more relaxed. Okay, since it's more relaxed, I think it's more how to say that? It's more just relaxed, more native. Okay, so wa and nga. I'm not saying wa and ga, right? Wa and ga. Wa and ga is a tiny little bit different, and it's a very famous tricky question because it seems it seems pretty much the same. Okay, so for example, you say watashi wa nani nani desu. Watashi wa Rippa desu, right? And you can also say watashi ga Rippa desu. Okay, it seems pretty much the same, right? So when to use wa and when to use nga, it's a bit different. So basically, general rule of thumb here. So if you want to use wa, basically you want to introduce or contrast a certain topic. Okay? So for example, you got a lot of people standing before you and you want to stress, right? So I am different. You want to introduce yourself. So you can say watashi wa, right? You use wa to introduce, or you want to contrast. I am different. Okay? And this, I think, introduction is kind of a. I got a little bit philosophical here, but introduction is kind of make yourself different because people almost stay same, and you want to make yourself a little bit different, so you say watashi wa, right? So wa. So introduction and contrast. While na is to like identify or emphasize the subject, right? So for example, you want say nani nani ga imasu, nani nani ga arimasu, like there is, like literally you are saying there is. When you question words like who that is, right? What this is, like if you want to specifically stress that it's the subject, you're going to use na, right? I don't know whether this is like I don't want to get too jargon about this, but ga is like when you being asked a question, okay? Not just a like really quick introduction. You want to quickly answer that question by stressing, yeah, I am stressing your question, okay? Yeah, that's basically the general difference. Okay, you can quickly memorize this by say, well, you use wa if you want to introduction. If you want to a really drastic comparison, you use wa, like watashi wa ne, something like that. But you use guys like just answering a certain question, or like in the construction like nani nani ga imasu to nani nani ga arimasu, there is something. So more inside of this structure. So that's nga and wa. Okay, but you can sort of feel that this is just do not have a specific meaning. It's just that a different scenario maybe have a little different meaning. But right now you don't need to stress that too much. Okay, just go with the flow. Go with the flow. All right, that's the first. That's the first thing recorded, and I'd like to check whether the audio is good or not. Okay, sometimes I record tons of things and then later find out the audio is so bad that I just have to redo everything again. It's just some tricky parts about making a bootcamp. Let's quickly find it out. Alright, so I want to quickly doing a comparison. That's good. That's good. Use one if you want to introduction. If you want to a very drastic comparison, you use one. What does? That's pretty good, to be honest. I think it's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is to confirm the output because I recorded tons of things simultaneously. I'm like ADHD, okay? But like I do this and do that and do this and do that. It just can't stop. So that's the reason I have to keep myself organized. I use AI to help me to do that, and it's it can kind of work, but it's not going to replace human input, especially for very unorganized people like me. I'm like going crazy all the time. The first thing I'm talking to like this specific topic, and then suddenly I change to a different topic. So yeah. So still we're talking about particle here. So um, common particle. So let's do that. And yeah, comparison. Yeah, I use the voice recognition all the time to quickly help me type things out. I think it's a trend. It's a trend. So you don't need to you don't need to type. Okay, I have a terrible time spelling things. Right, so most of the time I just like do not type, rather I just using the like system defaults. I just double click control, boom, and then I will just say things and boom, get in. And of course sometimes it will get really weird recognition, but don't worry, because I got another layer of artificial intelligence. Okay, so basically I got this the thing I said that may be misrecognized, and then the large language model will know that, oh, this is something wrong with your inputs, correct it for you, and then organize that for me. So it saved me a lot of typing time. That's how I improve my productivity, especially when I got tons of things to working. So yeah, yeah, right. So next we are going to talk about all. All is like direct object marker. So as the name suggests, like direct object as a marker as well. It's like just like nani nani wa or nani nani nga, right? So hello, welcome, um, welcome Xia as well as Lost and Fans. Okay, welcome to the stream. Hello, welcome plus sign or minus sign plus sign as mirrored 1994. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're just talking about the direct object marker or, and I'm just about to record it, so still preparation stage. Okay, so this is behind the scene. If you Google search Japanese bootcamp, I'm the first one here, and I'm literally like making this as like behind the scene. Okay, so we're talking about direct object marker. So direct object marker. Direct objects. So basically, as the name suggests, it's just a direct object that if we do an action, the actions act upon. Yeah, that's yeah, yeah. I think that that's a very yeah important grammar point. So I'm going to rest a little bit and then continue to record, because I have to like chat with folks to showcase this is a behind the scene, and then I'm going to record the main cameras here. So yeah, I got tons of things going on at the same time. Alright, so Genki dashed it. Let's continue. Alright, so you know about marker, right? So basically marker is a thing that mark doing a certain grammatical function in the structure of a sentence. Okay? So for example, nani nani wa nani nani desu, nani nani ga nani nani desu, or ga imasu ga arimasu, something like that. But what about this? You must have seen this multiple times. It's called or. Or you can just type O, but I prefer W and O. Okay? Because if you just type O, it won't show up. Okay? But yeah, it can sort of give the sound of or sort of O sound. Okay? So or. And or is called direct object marker. So as the name suggests, it's like, it's the marker, right? So marker means that it mark something. Mark something, mark what? So it's called direct objects marker. So basically, it showcases, it indicates the direct object of a certain action. We got a lot of action. Action is just a verb. It's a fancy way of saying verb, right? So basically, this is like grammar jargon of direct object marker, or it's just, if you say a sentence, you got a verb, right? So for example, I will eat an apple, right? So apple called lingo, right? Lingo. And this is like it's just an object, okay? Lingo is an object, it's a noun. But I won't say I will eat, right? So 食べる, 食べます. 食べる is like original form. You want to be a little bit respectful, and I know the respect level of Japanese often confuse you folks. My suggestion is that you don't need to learn the original form. You just learn this must for the first year or two, right? It can't go wrong. So instead of just learn 食べる, you just learn 食べます, right? So this 食べます, 食べる, this is a action. This is the verb, right? 食べる is 食べる, 食べる. So if I say a verb, that verb can act upon a certain object that will receive this action. It's like in Newton's law, right? So if you hit something, right, this got this something that can receive this action. And remember, this kind of way of thinking is very, very important in your journey of learning Japanese, because there's always, like, if you got a action, doer, there will always be an action receiver, okay? And even though you might think this is pretty weird, but if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. If you taberu, if you tabemasu, if you eat, you must eat something. You can't eat the thing air. You can't say tabemasu and then you eat the air. Air is also something. I don't want to go philosophical about it, but air is also something, right? It's not like a void. It's not like a void. You can't eat void. But if you tabemasu, you have to eat something. And I just mentioned is the apple, is the lingo, right? Lingo. Let me type it down. Lingo. Lingo. Yeah, I think lingo, we seldom use kanji for that, right? We may even use emoji for that. But most of the time, I think katakana, lingo, or even hiragana, no, lingo, because the kanji no lingo is a little bit hard, to be honest, right? Even I know a lot of folks think that the kanji is hard, but for Japanese, the kanji is also hard and hard to pronounce. A lot of them, like native Japanese, can't pronounce a certain kanji, but if you just speak it out, maybe they will understand. So don't worry. Okay, lingo. So you know what? I'm just going to say lingo by writing this. Okay, lingo by writing the katakana, right? Lingo. Then 食べる. As I said, 食べます. Right? Just learn this must. It can't go wrong. So lingo, object, a certain thing exists there, and 食べます. Action. And where's our marker? Yeah. Oh, this is direct object marker. 食べます is an action that are going to act upon the objects. Lingo, the object is just here, right? So I'm going to 食べます. I'm going to act upon this object, and yeah, so there should be a marker to indicate where is the action act upon. So That's direct object marker or commit, right? So here, リンゴを食べます。リンゴを食べる, right? リンゴを食べます. So basically, it's kind of like a reverse psychology here. So it's not reverse psychology, but reverse steps. So if you say 食べる, and then you look at before this verb, you look at or here, and most of the time, the thing before the or is the object that the verb behind the or acts upon. Okay, that's a really long sentence. It really is just a mouthful. But yeah, general rule of thumb. If you look at or, yeah, no, most of the time the or have no meaning in the sentence except for making the sentence grammatically correct. Okay, so general rule of thumb. Okay, just forget all about the grammar. General rule of thumb. If you look at a sentence, it have or, right? Behind the or, after the or, should be a verb, right? So basically, it's the verb. It's the verb that the person is doing something, right? And then you look at or again, and look at before the or. Like if you write from left to right, that's the left side. That should be an object. And that object is the receiver of the action that the person do. Okay? As simple as that. So if you use this rule, right? リンゴを食べます. Like or, after, right? Behind this or, at the right side of this or, is 食べる. 食べます. Right? So before it's a リンゴ. Right? Then you can say, well, it's that I will eat an apple. Really simple. Apple is the object of 食べます. リンゴ is the object of 食べます. Okay? So, yeah, that's the direct object marker. That's another grammar point down. Congratulations. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, because it's a very important concept, and we're going to encounter this a lot, especially. I think in alien language, we also got verbs, and this is the two most important thing. All that's like adjectives, and all that is just adding on to make this language more vivid, but to do something and to recognize something. That's the most important thing of learning any language. Once you just imagine you're a baby, right? Just imagine you're a baby, and that's the first thing you learn, like recognize things, and then you want to do something, okay? Or you want other people to do something for you. So yeah, my throat is starting getting hurt. Yeah, this is still someone is watching, so thanks for the support. Thanks for support. Yeah, yeah. Feel free to join the chat or just like by tapping. Okay, so more people can join this stream, and I really like to get people connected. Okay, that's the main thing I'm trying to do here. Not everything I'm doing. Okay, it's just a small portion of my daily routine, and I want to share it with folks. So to use 1 to 2 hours per day to make people more connected. That's I work as a programmer. Okay, so I feel that AI is sort of take over everything. The thing I read, the things I code, everything is like generated by AI. So I want to add a little bit humanness to my daily routine. So I don't want like dealing with AI all day. Okay, so that's the um, Kevik. Kevik, sex for the sex the for the follow. Yeah. So yeah. Hey, hello, hello, I'll and Alex Andrew 07. Okay, I don't know whether I pronounced that correctly. Okay, thanks for joining the stream. Tap 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 to give me more heart. Okay, so yeah, thanks. And yeah, so I want to wrestle a tiny little bit. I got tons of coffee here. So once I drank all the coffee, I'm going to stop today's stream because I got other things to do. I would like to experiment a little bit by streaming like 1 or 2 hours per day, just to chat with folks and try to just make connections. So we talk about direct object marker, and let's continue. I want to talk about like no. No is like possessive. Okay, I know a lot of the culture do have like at the logo they have like a no, nani nani no, like nani nani no, nani nani. Yeah. So yeah, it's a very prevalent thing, and I think that's a very good grammatical point. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Is that? Yeah, I think TikTok got tons of thing that's there's like a floating above, so I don't know what the heck is going on. Uh, it's like a campaign, right? Campaign. I don't know what's going on. And I don't even know how to like sign up campaign. So we just ignore that for now. Yeah. Yeah, here. I'm going to make my floating things here. And hopefully it will just work out automatically. Yeah, I don't want to push things, so I just wait things to work out. Okay, I just I like get out of this app a little bit and go back. Yeah, hopefully that is everything work out. Okay. Yeah, this is like a very unflattering angle. I'm going to make it a little bit tall because I'm like used to the camera like shooting from the top all the way down. That way, like I'm slimmer. That's just a correct angle. This is like a really low angle. Ooh, a little bit tilted. Yeah, maybe that's good. That's better. That's definitely better. Right, so let's continue. Yeah, no, I think no is a topic that worth um, discussing. Yeah, let's continue. I want to drink tons of water and coffee. So when I finish all the coffee, is end of today's stream. Okay, I'm giving myself likes. I don't know I can do that. So I am going to give myself likes. I don't know I can actually like myself. So if I stop, Oh, I can continue to tab. It's good. Okay, come on. If you folks are ready watching, please tap a little bit. Maybe it will like promote my video to other people. So hopefully it can work. Okay. Okay, 300 maybe. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Let's continue. All right. So let's talk about one very important and very popular grammar point. No. You come on. You must have seen this in a lot of icons, logos, even a lot of products. Even some of the products that pretend to come from Japan, but in fact it's not. Okay? It's a very, very, very present grammar point. No. No is most of the time possessive. Okay? So basically, it's like English S. Okay? Like, this my book. This is my book. Like possession, right? My. Me. Or like her's book. Like Mary's book, right? Yeah. So basically, that's Japan's way of showing possessive. Okay? Let me just give you some example. So for example, this is my book. Book, home. This, これ. And remember, we talk about a lot of marker. は. これは. Yeah, we just talked about this, okay? So wa and nga, we're even doing a really quick comparison, right? So for example, you want to do the introduction, what should we do? Using wa or nga? Wa ですね. So, you know what? If you want to say, this is my book, it's kind of like introduction, right? So you can say, これは本です. Deも, これは本です do not have sort of like a possessive information. It's like you want to say this is my book, okay? これは私の本です. So basically you want to add a little information of 私, okay? You want to add a little bit, just tiny little bit of information of me, right? これは私の本. And then always add des, mas, all that to make it polite. これは this. これは私の I own this. I possess this. This is mine. 私の本です. Little bit respect. So they're very simple. これは introduction, make a new introduction, something like that, right? 私 is me. No, I possess this thing. I own this thing. What thing? 本 book. This add a little bit of respect. Okay? As simple as that. This is mine. So 私の this loosely translated to English as mine. Okay? It's like literally no is like of. Watashi is like me. So basically literally translated to of me. So basically literally translated to this is book of me. Okay? But the order is a little different. So if you like literally translate it, it's me of book. But you want to make it like correct grammar, or at least not so weird grammar in English. You can say that this is book of me. Okay? So this is my book. これは私の本です。So let me just quickly make this more recognizable. 私の本です。Okay? 私の本です。Let's do another example. Okay? So, yeah, I don't know whether you folks bought Japanese car, right? So, basically, if you buy Japanese car, you notice that their cars, you know, quality is pretty high, right? So yeah, let's use that as an example. Yeah, I paused the recording a little bit because I feel a little bit tired. And yeah, I feel a little bit tired. I get tired easily. Yeah. So I got tons of email to reply to. So yeah, hopefully everything will just turn out okay. I'm going to wrestle my throat a little bit, but I will continue to stream. If folks want to join the chat, you can just you know, join the chat, and I will just look at everything and reply. Right, so drink a lot of that. You okay? Yeah, one of the amazing things about streaming is that there's just too much of the streaming online that your stream is not get promoted. It will just just disappear. Okay, so I know that. I know that. So yeah. Hey, hello. Cynthia, welcome to the stream. Hello. Yeah. Um, I'm a rest a little bit. I just finished recording a certain section. I'm a rest a little bit and continue to the next section. Yeah. Right. So yeah, thanks. some of you folks already joined the stream, I would just stop the rest and enjoy the coffee and continue to do the stream. Okay, okay. So basically, this is the behind the scene of my Japanese bootcamp. If you Google search Japanese bootcamp, I'm the first one on Udemy. So basically, I'm like recording that right now, and this is behind the scene. The main camera is that way, okay? Actually, like main camera shooting from the top, and also I got the just carved myself out. I got the big great screen behind, and I also got a side camera where I can. Hi, Albert. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So basically, I can chat with folks and build this bootcamp in public, so I can get instant feedback. And feel free to join the chat, and then I will like record a certain section. After recording, I'll look at here and see, oh, that it had some certain questions, something like that, and then we'll continue. I will answer the question, and maybe if other people ask a specific question, I will like add that to the stream. Yeah, so that's the plan. Okay, build the community. So so previously we talked about the shizu. Yeah, let's do that. Hi, sci facts. Hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, let's continue to record. Hello. Yeah, let's look at another example. So for example, I know a lot of you folks already bought like Japanese car, okay? It's oily, efficient, and it's relatively cheap and reliable, okay? But I know some of you folks maybe think that Japanese cars are boring. Yeah, it's kind of boring, okay? But you know what? It's reliable. So cars should be reliable. You don't need to worry too much about whether it's boring or not. But you know what? Let's quickly practice this possessive modifier, right? No, right? You will say like Japanese cars are high quality. So expression here, 質が高い. Okay, 質 means the quality. 質 quality. Remember, we just talked about wa and nga, right? 質が高い is a very typical way of using nga, not wa. It's not like you are doing the introduction, like 質は高い, okay? But rather you just want to state the facts. Okay? So it's not like you are going to like distinguish this from other parts. So 質が高い. And then you put that into a conversation. You put that into a sentence. It's less likely to use wa because it's just a part of a sentence. It's not the main part of the sentence. Okay? It's not like 私はね. And then you use wa. You want to stress things out. Okay? We'll talk about that. It's a sort of a nuanced thing. So you don't need to worry too much about it. I just want to quickly remind you just to observe this kind of feeling, right? This time we use ga. Little bit nasal sound, nga, rather than wa. Okay? So let's go back to the possessive. So Japanese car, right? Japanese car. So 日本の car is called 車. 日本の車は質が高い. 日本の車は質が高い. So Japanese cars. Remember, this no means the car just like 私の本 is like off, okay? So literally translated, 車 is cars, right? 日本 Japan So 日本の車 means the cars of Japan. Okay, so you see this like reverse of the order here, right? 日本の車. But if you direct it like word for word translation should be Japan of cars. But it's cars of Japan. Okay, so you see this is like a change of order here. Different language do have different order, so yeah, don't need to like be weird about this. Okay, 日本の車は this time we use は. Okay, you might think, well, why this is a は not a が? Just think about this. If this is が, right? 日本の車が質が高い. Repetition. Okay? Just like in English, you don't want to use a lot of marker, especially the same marker, multiple times. That would be weird. So add a little bit of variation. Things 質が高い is not just a very new introduction, it's just a が. Then the whole sentence, you use は. First, add a little bit of variation. The second, you want to do this introduction, right? 質が高い is just a statement, but 日本の車は right? So basically you're talking about Japanese cars, right? Japanese cars. You want to introduce this new concept, Japanese cars is of high quality, are high quality, okay? So this whole sentence is using wa, and this is like a that sentence, like trailing behind using na, okay? You don't need to worry too much, as I mentioned at the very beginning. You just need to know that first. Just memorizing this. This is like a full variation. If like you use Japanese, like 日本の車は質は高い. That's a little bit weird, right? If you use to が, right? 日本の車が質が高い. A little bit weird. Okay? As simple as that. Oops. Yeah. Hopefully that's yeah. That's the recording. Okay, so yeah, we'll rest a little bit. So it's actually pretty tiring to do things, and I'm going to add tons of water. Just run out of water. Yeah, run out of coffee even. So I'm going to add a little bit of water because I don't want my throat get busted. Because I got tons of things. I'm like using my spare time to do this. So yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. And okay, I don't even know how to use this awesome thing. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm pretty chill guy. I'll just wait until things work out. So doesn't really matter. Does not really matter. Okay, so let's continue. I just drank tons of water and add a lot of water on my. So I would like push forward as much as I can, but I don't want to like stream for too long because the level of quality will decrease as I like getting a little bit tired and a little bit bored. I'm like an ADHD sort of person, so I like feel bored and I won't do this. So yeah, you know what I mean. Tons of water. Yeah, you sort of need to make yourself hydrate in order to. Yeah, I'm going to hydrate myself. Okay, I don't know whether this actually do anything for the heart. Yeah, I forgot to reclassify things. So what I'm gonna do is to reclassify. Um, because, you know, um, I might forgot about all this. Just after I like record things, I may forgot about this. So all so this can also be the common practical particle. Sorry, particle, not practical. So common particle or yeah, I'll add a little bit example and things like that. So これは私の本です。リンゴを食べます。I think that's a very good example. I'm going to get it here. The reason, by the way, the reason I use this method is that I'm a programmer, come on. And I'm going to use all the title of my courses to quickly compile the book that I wrote for different platform. Okay, I can't say that now, but you know what I mean. So I'm like doing one thing, but multi-channel distribution sort of thing. Think across. And hello, Jesse. Welcome to the stream. Hello. I'm like organizing the thing that I just recorded because I'm making the this is behind the scene. I'm making Japanese bootcamp. You Google search Japanese bootcamp. I'm the first one. Okay. So I'm literally like recording this right now. But I also want to chat with the folks so you can get instant feedback. So if you want to learn certain things, if you want you know me adding more to the bootcamp's content, I can do that. So that's the building topic because I work as a programmer as well. So this is my side hustle. Okay. So yeah, one more video. This is like no. 私の本で質が日本の車の質が高い。So yeah, that will be the 20. And instead of all, it's like a no. No, no. So no. And then I'll just give the example. 日本の車は質が高いです。Right, so リンゴを食べます。日本の車 is like for processing. Alright, just like that. Yeah, good. Yeah. That's pretty good. Content. Right, good. Good. Function, no. No. Noun phrases. Noun phrases. That's pretty good. Noun phrases. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Like A, no, B means B of A. Yeah. We already mentioned that, so. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue our recording. So let's talk about ni. Ni indirect objects. Destination time. Yeah, it's a pretty hard one. Like ni. Nani nani. Like 彼に本をあげました。Ni is like a direct object. Like just like oh, hello, welcome to the stream. Hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. So, need, direct object, destination. Yeah, I think this requires multi-recording of multiple video to explain this. It's a little bit hard topic. Multi-purpose particle, need. Yeah, specific time. 何々に置きます。Yeah, I think that's. 7時に置きます。 The time also, yeah, it's a very complex topic. I think I need to like use at least four video to explain this. 7時に置きます。 Location. 教室に学生がいます。 And I'm like preparing the boot camp, so you might see me like crazily rehearsing things. So yeah, that's like behind the scene content. So 教室に学生がいます。何にですね。学生がいます。何々に学生がいます。Yeah. Omit particle. Yeah, it's another topic about omission. Yeah, but because sometimes you don't need need. 6歩のこと。そうですね。need. Yeah, let's do that one by one because let's do that one by one because it's a really complex topic and it's a multi-purpose thing. So yeah, really good. So let's do that one by one. You can't just record everything in one video. Hi, Zeit. Okay, welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello. I'm like doing the rehearsing. So yeah, we'll just talk about particle, important particle, and, about need. I think need's a little bit complex, so I'm still like thinking of the way of recording this. Like yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to record at least 4 video for this concept because it's a little bit difficult and it's a little bit multi-purpose particle of need. Okay, it's like a specific particle that can indicate the object, indicate the destination, indicate the time, indicating the location, the existence. So a little bit complex. So at least need 4 because that's like 4 use cases. Yeah, so okay, let's start recording. And I'm going to click the screen to give myself a little bit boost. So if you are still there, anyone there, please click to give me a little bit heart. I believe the heart can like boost the stream like reach. I don't know. It's just a little bit self-encouragement. Self-patting. Doesn't really matter. Let's continue. Hi, welcome to the stream. So let's continue to talk about the multi-purpose particle need. Let's get started. All right. This grammatical point is a little bit hard. Called need. Yeah, I think this is like the hardest grammar points that we ever encountered until now, okay? Because it's multi-purpose, okay? It's multi-purpose particle that's got at least generalized. They got a list of 4 use cases. So let's just get this one by one, okay? And yeah, so you can't just think this as a direct translation of like English, like of or is, something like that. There's no direct translation, so you have to put that in specific scenario in order to understand it. So let's just explain this scenario one by one. So first is called indirect object. Okay. So yeah, indirect object is not like a direct object, like or something like that. Okay, we talk about or before, right here, or, okay? So or is direct object marker. So for example, like リンゴを食べます。食べる, the object is リンゴ or direct indicate, like direct marker, right? Direct object marker indicates that you are eating リンゴ, you're eating apple, okay? But if you want to be more a little bit vague, a little bit indirect objects, you can also use に, okay? So basically it's like a recipient of a certain action. So let me just give you an example. Like 私は me 私は彼 he, and I want to say I gave him a book, or you can say that I gave a book to him. Okay? So, this is a little bit hard, okay? Just allow me to explain. So in English, we might just say, I gave him a book, okay? Like I'm a person, I'm doing a certain action, I gave, in the past tense, right? I gave him a book. But Japanese is a little bit hard, because if I say this, I can do this, I can look the whole process of I gave him a book in reverse, in a more subtle, observant, third person sort of view. Okay? So actually, he received this, I gave him a book, this sort of action, and he is the receiver of that action. Okay? I know it's really weird, okay? But just to think about this. I'm doing an action, like so for example, this is like a book, this is a book, this is not a book, this is a thumb, okay? So just imagine this is a book, and I gave that book to him, okay? Kare. And this action got a recipient of an action, that's Kare, right? So Kare, imagine I'm a Kare, receive that book from me. So, you can say, 私は me, 彼に not just or, right? に 彼に is like to him, because it's indirect objects. Okay? 彼に and then let's continue. 本 is book, or direct object marker. We just mentioned direct object marker. 本をあげます but it's happened in the past. So あげる、あげます、あげました。Okay? Really hard. I think this is really, really hard, especially if you just in English is so simple, like I gave him a book. But this is like really complex recipient sort of view. Like 私は me, 彼に to him, and we do something, alright? So 私は me 彼に to him, I do something to him, okay? に彼に means that he received a certain action, but I did not mention any action yet. So 私は彼に I can do anything to him, but I did not say that yet. So it's like you're telling a story by just saying this very short sentence. 私は彼に So you can say, so you know the feeling that I did something, that 彼に means to him, so he is the receiver of that action. So what action then is 本をあげます and then of course you gave him a book, so it's have in the past, so 本をあげます change that to 本をあげました right, have in the past. So if you do that, it's like a 3-step scenario. 私は me 彼に to him do certain thing, and that thing is 本をあげました Look at here, we use 本をあげる or we just mentioned を right? Let me just quickly review the を like リンゴを食べます So を is direct object marker. That means indicate the direct object of certain action. If you look at here, 本をあげました Let's simplify everything. 本をあげます 本 is my direct action receiver because I doing the action of give this phone, right? I give this phone. And I must give something. I'm not like a give the void, right? I give this phone. I give this book. So it happened in the past, so I gave. So not just あげる, not just あげます, but あげました. Right? This is like the direct recipient of my action あげる. Okay? 本をあげました. I gave. And the whole thing is I did something to him. So, 私は to him 彼に I did something. I did what? I did this 本をあげましたの action. Okay? So yeah, that's how complex the way of thinking that you need to have in order to master the language of Japanese. Okay? So you have to using 3 steps to state a certain thing, but in English it's just I gave him a book. I gave the book to him. Okay? As simple as that. But in Japanese, it's 私は彼に本をあげました. Yeah, got it? Hopefully that helps. I know it is pretty hard. Like I said, you have to be prepared. But once you understand this, you sort of train yourself in that think in that certain way, it will get easier and easier. And actually, you can get a lot of information, a lot of nuanced information in like a conversation with Japanese people. Okay? Yeah. Ooh, oh my gosh, that's pretty tough video to record because it just got so much of the nuance here, and yeah, pretty hard to explain this without not moving. I have to like move a lot and using a lot of things Yeah, to explain things. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Painstaking monumental task of recording. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna rest a little bit. I'm going to tap the screen a little bit as well. Hi, Simon. Welcome. I just finished recording certain section, so then this is like main camera, and then we're looking here to chat with the folks. Welcome to the stream. Uh, yeah, I'm already streamed for 1.5 hours. The top is like 2 hours, because I got other coding project to do, so I don't want to like spend the whole day streaming. This is like a side gig, of me. So yeah, I'm also like developing a VR game as well as the like sort of gal games like choose your adventure combined sort of thing, for learning Japanese, and I also like take a shot of myself and a multiple shot, then make a character in that game, and also like developing a VR thing. Yeah, hopefully that can give you folks a like immersive experience. By the way, the search Japanese bootcamp, Google it. I'm the first one, and actually like recording that live, building in public and chatting with folks, so you can get instant feedback. Yeah. Feel free to join the chat and follow me. Okay, so you won't you know lose me again. Rick and Morty. I love this. Yeah, need direct, indirect object is a, is a little bit hard. A little bit hard. Um, a lot of Japanese students just don't get it because they're not used to think this way. Like what is direct object? Like all what's like indirect object? Like so, I just record that. Um, so hopefully that can explain things. I think the rest, like destination, directions, and specific time and the location of existence, is so much easier. Okay. The indirect object is the hardest one, because if you got it like destination, like I go to school, right? Like 学校に行きます. Okay, it's just like a certain place, like 学校に, and then I go to that place. Okay, that's a pretty easy one. Like a specific time, like 7時に起きます. Like I wake up at 7 o'clock. Like just for a specific clock time, just like 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then I wake up at a specific time, just like English at. So just 7時 and then に and then 起きます. It's really simple one. So I don't think it's that require a lot of explanation. So there will be a like easier time than me explain the indirect objects like 私は彼に本をあげました. That's a bit hard one. Yeah, hopefully that can make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to tap the screen a little bit to increase my heart. Okay, so if you're still there, if anyone's still there, please tap the screen a little bit. And I'm going to make myself a little bit more hard. I don't know whether if like I tap count or not. I'm not sure, but let's just do that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna rest my throat a little bit because I think yeah I tasked a little bit the top hour that I can do is like 2 hours top per day, because if I continue to stream for more than 2 hours, I would like to bust my throat, and it's bad. It's bad because I want this to be a like easygoing side game. Okay, I don't want to like bust everything, something like that. Okay, so yeah, hopefully, hopefully it's yeah, I already feel a little bit tired. Okay, maybe after 1 or 2 videos recording, let's call it a day. Don't worry, I will like a stream, hopefully, fingers crossed, every day. Um, God forbid anything happen to me. Okay, but I really want to hang out with you folks while I'm like recording things, and I got tons of crazy ideas come to my mind all the time. I'm like a crazy person. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so let's continue to talk about knee, because the rest is pretty easy. So for example, the destination, right? Knee is like 学校に行きます. So 学校 is like school. Okay, 学校に行きます is like go to school. So ni is like the destination, the whole, right? The destination, the direction. So, but also I want to like expand this a little bit. Like 行く、来る、like 帰る、入る、登る、出かけるとか、全部にを使って行き先、like 目的地の表すのこと。Do I have to like that day? I don't think so. I don't think so. If I dive like that day, but just too much, I don't want my bootcamp to be too cumbersome, right? Also, I can like compare this with like nani nani, like ni or nani nani e, right? I should say 学校に行きます or 学校へ行きます. Yeah, you can compare these two. Yeah, but I just feel too tired today. Yeah, an hour and a half stream. That's a lot. That's a lot for me. So yeah, maybe that's all for today. Yeah. So if you folks are already there or anyone there, just thanks for the support, and I will meet you folks hopefully if nothing happens to me tomorrow. Okay. Thanks. Bye.